Thank you for joining us again for a new episode of Wired Voices. For those who are joining us for the first time, Wired Voices is a podcast channel by Hero Wired, wherein we try to bring to you unique stories from our learners. And today we have a very bright young data enthusiast. So, someone who has loved data from the get go, someone who always had data as the future. Hi, Rohan, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very well, very well. So, Rohan, in our discussions earlier, you mentioned that data was always something that you wanted to go after. Was it always a part of your plan while you were while you were still in school, or did it happen while you were doing your BSc?
BCA. I did BCA
Oh
from
yeah,
Ahmed University.
BCA.
Yes. So when I was doing my BCA, I had few colleagues, few seniors who were trying to get into data, trying to understand and get into new softwares. So that's where I started knowing what was data, how it was working, and then I got that itch to go into the data field.
So, did you feel that data going deep diving into data was going to be scary, or were you very sure that after a point it was going to be at the comfort of your knowledge, and especially because you started doing the data science program with Hero Wired because you wanted to upskill yourself, as you mentioned.
Yes. So when I started it, it was like I had always interest in SQL, and SQL is a major part in data analytics.
Yeah.
So I was like comfortable with SQL, and I was, with the help of knowledge I gained, it was like I can use my SQL skills to get into data analytics, and it was not scary, but it was always interesting and always enthusiastic about learning new skills, learning into going into SQL, going into deep diving into data analytics. So that's was the mindset I had.
So, if we have to talk about introducing data in learning, early learning, do you think कि schools maybe there is scope for teachers to train a little bit on data maybe or maybe start introducing data to an extent? आपको लगता है कि वो possible है?
See, in my schooling days, also in current schooling syllabus, we already have some parts of data analytics already
Oh.
included. Like in maths, we have some statistics, probability, some
Mhm.
charts. When you go into your CS, if you have CS in your 11th and 12th, you already have C++ or Python or SQL. So you already are into it. You are not very into extensively into data analytics, but you have some basic knowledge of it. So you can always leverage that.
That's nice to know. I mean, I don't think half of us even realize that data becomes an early part of our schooling. So thanks for sharing that. So, talking of data, do you think big data is going to be the future in India? Like, is there a huge potential of big data in India?
So current, I had seen a post online on a social media where somebody said that either it's if you need not to be afraid of AI replacing human beings. It is like somebody using AI will replace you. So you need to get into this. You need to get into data analytics. It would be part of our future, and somebody or you, if you are, I hope everybody who is looking into post this podcast will go into data analytics or something like that. So you need to understand data analytics, and it would be definitely will be part of your future in some way or another. Some part of it will definitely be there.
So, talking of big data, so do you think that there is scope to keep learning, or I mean, how often do you think you need to update yourself now that you're completely into data analytics?
So you always need to upskill yourself. It is not about data analytics or any other field. If you are into any other field, you need to upgrade yourself. You need to learn new technologies. You need to learn how the industry is moving. It is moving very fast. You need to, if we are looking ahead, you need to learn AI. You need to learn machine learning. So that will always be there. And if you have some time, if you are comfortable with it, if you think that you have a great future in that, you always go for upskilling yourself.
So, Rohan, my question to you would also be that, right, even now, there are times when we are very stuck up on the usual conventional jobs that are available. How do you think data analytics will start changing how your jobs are, conventional jobs? Do you think data analytics will, say, change how we do research for law and legal studies? Do you think that will be an important part as well?
Everything going on forward. Okay, because we have already collected huge form of data, and we can always use our historical data to predict or get into what can be the solution for the problem. So data will always be there. It would be a huge part in any field. If you are looking into your medical field, you are looking into your lawyers, or you can say your law firms, legal firms, there would be always scope for data analytics in there.
And Rohan, and talking of pursuing a program in data science, how do you think that that polishes your knowledge more? How do you think that the program that you did has been able to sort of help you?
So when I joined HeroWired in May 2023, I already given some interviews in data analytics. I was already trying to, change my current employer. I was trying to get into a better company, a better environment. And with the help of insights of HeroWired faculty, as well as the programs they are running, webcasts they are running, I was able to, grab that skill, grab the technicality which in industry they work, the technical terms, how it is working, how the latest technology is coming in, what is their use case, how can we implement that. So that was a big help. And I always encourage people that if you want to get into something, you try first with basics, you go into it, and when you are comfortable, you try and go for your upskilling yourself.
Perfect. And one message, Rohan, for our listeners who want to be able to, and I typically ask this to all our learners who joined us for our previous episodes, that they keep thinking about upskilling, but there's always the right time that they wait for. Is there a message for them?
There is no right time. Right time is now. So I think if you are enthusiastic enough, and if you feel that if anything, I feel that if you are educating yourself, upskilling yourself, it would help you in any way. So don't think about it. It might help you in right now, currently, or it might help you in future. So don't think, just start, upskilling yourself. That's the message I want to give.
Thank you so much, Rohan. That was very nicely put. I had a lovely time chatting with you, and I hope we get a chance to interact again in the future. Thank you, Rohan. And thank you for
Thank
all, thank you
you.
to all our listeners for joining in.